This week on Ad Library Teardown, where we rank brands from 0 to, yes, I heard it, ecom hero is Melin. And you probably recognize Melin as one of the fastest growing hat and headwear brands in e-commerce over the last couple of years. Crazy growth has happened with this company. But I wonder if you've looked at them recently. And if you have, I wonder if you agree with me that things have gotten stale. You don't have to, but I would bet you would, because things have gotten stale for Melin. Testing about 94 assets within the account, 80% of them static, and about 80% of those statics look like the one on the screen. Product, headline, new collection. There's no storytelling happening here. And I'm going to tell you very quickly with a 3-step process how to turn this around, how to get Melin started back in the right direction. Let's dive into it. Quick grading scale. Again, we look at asset types, frameworks, hooks, and iterations. They are testing different asset types, hardly any frameworks. There's no hooks within this account. They are iterating extensively upon that product image about 94 times, but that's about it. I wouldn't necessarily call that a great iteration strategy. So Melin, 2.7 out of 10, but we can turn this around, and it only takes 3 steps. Here they are. Got to study the competitors. People will eat your lunch if you aren't pushing the envelope on paid social. It's not the time to be stale. You got to know your frameworks. Rather than shooting new content each time and hoping it performs, hoping it's on brand, reverse engineer it to the frameworks that work within your industry. And then use the assets you currently have. Melin's a huge brand at this point, probably has 1 million assets on file. It's gold. Use it. So, step 1, study your competitors. I would look at Mission, Sunday Red, and Roan. They all sell hats, so somewhat similar. Some more similar than others. But what we can learn from this, again, is frameworks. Mission does a great job utilizing UGC testimonials to tell authentic stories. Totally missing something that Melin should adopt, learn from, and put into their strategy. Sunday Red, great product features. They're trying to differentiate their product. Melin has a differentiated product, but I don't know it from looking at the ad library. And then Roan, I featured 2 customer review assets. Overall, if you look at these accounts, tons of diversity. They're testing, they're learning. They're not stale. We're going to keep coming back to that. So what frameworks would work well for Melin? Top 5 in apparel, they're only using 1 of them. So first framework, UGC testimony. We need to tell authentic stories. We need our customer to know that people who look like me and them and you like the product. Pretty simple, huh? It's the reason UGC is so popular. Product feature. How is the product different? How does it make a difference in my life? Why this versus that? None of that in the account. Press call out. This brand has grown like gangbusters. Tons of stories to tell, tons of press features, tons of partnerships with other brands. Where is it? Customer reviews, same thing. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands on the website. But what if I never get to the website, Melin? What if I never click that ad because it's just a hat floating in some water? What then? Great job on the big headline framework. Again, about 94 times. Good job. Getting into how do you utilize your current assets. These are all pulled from the website, from the Instagram. There's tons of good stuff here. I guarantee there's millions of other assets sitting in a drive somewhere that this team could utilize. All we have to do is align them with the frameworks. And then it just comes down to good graphic design. There you go. Aligned with the frameworks. The only one that, maybe it exists in a drive somewhere, maybe it doesn't. UGC testimonial, I saw none of it. Really easy to source it though, especially for a brand as recognizable within the industry as Melin. But the rest of them, line them up, shoot them over to that graphic designer or hire someone on Fiverr, get it done, get them in the account, test them. Simple as that. So what are the needs to turn this strategy around? How do we improve Melin strategy within the next, I don't know, week. Pretty straightforward. Research is free. Study those competitors. Current assets, you have them. They're in a drive, also free. UGC sourcing, depends on how you want to go about it. It doesn't have to be expensive. Could even be less than $3,000 to $5,000. And then graphic designer, probably have one on staff. Marginal cost. So cost to improve could be free, at most $5,000. And that would get Melin to a 7.1. Man, I missed my drum roll, please. But drum roll, please, 7.1. I think there's massive opportunity with some of these super low-hanging fruit to really improve this account. Get Melin back to the storytelling brand that it once was. New collections, new partnerships, everything is great. But paid social media in general, e-commerce in general is about storytelling, about connecting with your customer. I worry that Melin has potentially deprioritized that. So I'd like to see him get back to it. I'd like to see him get back to this 7.1. And if they do, that would be amazing. And maybe we'll do another one of these videos for that in a couple weeks. But for now, hopefully you enjoyed this actionable episode of Ad Library Teardown. It's a long one. It's my apologies. And I hope you have a great holiday weekend. And we'll see you again next week for another episode of Ad Library Teardown.